my own, cause she don't get served like this at home. If I keep it too late, she might get in trouble. You think highly, but I got to bust your bubble. Cause a Max gotta do what a Max gotta do.
Peace, family. We are back again, and today we're building on where Tupac got the stretching his words, concept when he rhymes at. Where did he get that from, right? Because you hear a lot of people, especially the casual Tupac listeners, they always enemy in the sea. Tupac have kind of got that brand unfairly attached to him, right? As just a rapper that rhymed Hennessy and enemy. And what that is that's just a casual Tupac fan, trying to be funny, you know what I mean? But, Pac did, really, really brand this style of rhyming, right? And, so if you go back to like 93, on a song called Bury Me a G, 93, 94, with the Thug Life Crew, you hear Pac say, stuck on fool, Tanqueray got a nigga high. Lord knows I don't need another DUI. I live the thug life, heartless hustler. Just cause I don't mean I trust her. Now my pager's vibrating, can't sleep. While I'm mobbing to the whole house, bumping Isley. Is it cool is what I'm asking. Chick recognize game and start laughing. That was Pac. That's how Pac was rhyming, and that's one of the first times you see Pac really bring out that style of rhyming where he's stretching his words, right? And around this time, Biggie is running with the Thug Life Crew. You gotta remember, Biggie was gonna be part of Thug Life, right? So Biggie is soaking up game from Pac, right? And Biggie gets the once he ends up not getting with Thug Life, as we know, but he ends up doing the baby. I love it when you call me Big Pop, but he began to stretch his words also, similar to Pac, right? So, and that was one of the things where Pac was like, nigga, you copy my style. It wasn't just a Versace. Now it was like, you copying my style too? And then you also talking about Death Like Me. You know what I mean? So this became the thing where we started seeing, Biggie even running with the style of stretching the words, but this later on became a Tupac thing. Tupac ran this from 93, from 94 to 95, all the way to his death, stretching the words. And then later on, another guy around that time, 93, 94, was on tour with Tupac, opening for Tupac, which was Master P, right? And Master P later on ran with the na stretching the words, right? So this became a style of rhyming, and it all went back to Pac, because all these guys kind of, they were up under Pac. Big fans hate when I say it. Big was his own man, of course, but he was up under Pac because Pac kind of took him under his wing, let him open up shows for him, and Pac also let Master P go on his first tour, open up for him, right? So then they both kind of became their own star and added that to their repertoire, right? To say the least. Now, the question is, where did Tupac get this style of rhyming from, right? Where did Pac get that style of rhyming from, right? Because this guy is not as known as Pac, and he doesn't get the credit, right? But he was in that crew. He was in the Thug Life crew, right? Can you guess him? I give you this. I got keys coming from overseas. Cost a nigga 200 G's. I'm a street commando, Nino, for example. This savage thug life is hard to handle. So I got like a boss player. Women to be a women slayer. Already had it hanging. Made me want to start back banging. So I'm caught up in the game. West Coast chain. Come on, that's Big Psych. R.I.P. to Big Psych. R.I.P. to Pop. R.I.P. to Big. You know what I'm saying? But this is a style of Big Psych. This is what Big Psych used to do. He used to stretch his words, right? That was his player style. And later on it reminded me of Big Hawk out of Texas. Houston, Texas. R.I.P. Big Hawk. He also was another one that kind of stretched a bigger dude that stretched his words when he rhymed too, and it was like a player style. I got keys coming from overseas, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, Pac is running with them, and they all artists are inspired by other artists. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's, if you biting, you biting. But it's another thing just to be influenced by its style and you try it out. And you know what I mean? And if it worked for you, add it to your repertoire. You know what I mean? We all inspired by somebody. But that's, you know, that's where Tupac got the stretching his words from. It was Big Syke style of rhyming. You know, and what was dope about it is, I remember as a kid when I used to every Big Syke verse I would hear, it was always easy for me to like it'd get stuck in my head easy. Right? It was catchy. There's the word I'm looking for. It was always catchy. And what was dope about that was that's what makes the commercial brand. That's what makes it a commercial brand, right? Give me a break, give me a break, give me a break. It's a commercial. It's not to say these niggas was commercial, but this is a commercial style because it's catchy. You know what I mean? It's catchy. I got keys coming from overseas. It's like a hook with the. It's called the hook because it's to get the casual fan hooked, right? You get them hooked in. The 20,000 words was said in that song, but when the song is over after that 2 minutes and 3 minutes, you remember this. I got keys coming from overseas, cost a nigga 200 G's, and that's how Pac. You know, that was one thing that Pac really added to his repertoire, and it helped the fans get catchy. It helped. It was like a hook within the hook. It was like a hook after the hook, right? And enemies steady running from my enemies, and you know what I mean? This became Pac's style, and he ran with it. And most of Pac's biggest hits had this style on it because it's so catchy. And you know, even Biggie's biggest hits, baby, baby, you know, I love it when you come in Big Papa. That was the style because it's so catchy, even just that extra layer to stretching your word, like right, the little things that it takes for the human mind to grasp onto something, and then once the song is over, you hold on to that, right? And later on, as we know, Master P really took it to the next level with the na make them say, and that was his thing. There they go, there they go, there they go. Pass me them things, let's get them. I get swole as a boulder. Bitch, I'm a soldier. Y'all with the rollers. We're going to see what Master P do in a couple days, right? On the 25th. So we're going to see what Master P do on the 25th. You know what I mean? Nigga, don't embarrass me because I did a lot of talking on Twitter. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I hope Master P show up, you know what I'm saying, and show out. But yeah, I wanted to do a quick breakdown today and like really allow y'all to know where this style came from, because a lot of people get this mixed up. A lot of people think that you know, I even heard somebody say which was a good, like, Tupac got that from Master P, right? But it's the other way around, right? P got that from Pac. Early P didn't rap like that. You can go to early P, early 93 P is demos, he didn't rap like that. You know what I mean? And Big already admitted that he already got that from Pac. But I wanted to tell you even where Pac got it from. And that's the late, great Big Syke. You know what I mean? That was Big Syke's style of rhyming. He wasn't the best. He wasn't the most complex rapper. He wasn't the best lyricist. Right? And when you're not the best lyricist and you don't have the best skill in the verses, sometimes you have to do things to make up for that, to make your verse stand out. Right? And that was one thing that he could do to really, really make his verse stand out. Right? Because even as many songs he was on with Pac, and Pac had the much better verse. You know what I mean? But when the song was over, you just remember it. Outside of the hook, I got keys coming from overseas. Toss a nigga 200 G's. It's a simple style, but it's catchy, right? That's why we love Project Pata, French Braid Gold Tifa, 30 Southward. You know what I mean? Because it's so catchy, right? We used to get on the school bus and say Project Pata, French Braid Gold Tifa, 30 Southward. You know what I mean? Because it's so catchy, the kids can catch to it. You know what I mean? So this was a style that was inspired by the late great Big Sight. You know, and on that note, family, R.I.P. Big Sight, R.I.P. the Big. Who else did I say? Master P show up and show out on the 25th. You know what I'm saying? Real niggas rocking with you. Who else? If somebody else. As soon as I clip up, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to all them boys. You know what I mean? On that note, family, we is out. Peace.